So we are now in the midst of the fallout of the Heroes in Crisis storyline, and we are trying. And basically, I'm pretty sure someone in DC Comics was like, "Oh God, this story was so terrible and bastardizing the character that fans have grew to love for over a generation. Oh, we gotta fix this." So basically, DC hires Scott Lobdell, the guy who's currently writing Red Hood and the Outlaws, including the new 52 version, unfortunately. Um, and they got the artist who made the Titans books during its initial phasing and during the Rebirth era. And they even got a hold of. They even decided to go ahead and see if they could redeem Wally West following, his accidental murder of everyone in Heroes in Crisis and what he did after, because that made sense. I got the issue. Yeah, it's just like, and then Dan DiDio goes ahead and has the cojones to say, "Oh, Wally West is now going to be an integral part of the DC universe for years to come. Oh yeah, he's gonna get the same reputation as Hal Jordan. So basically, that means Jeff Johnson's gonna have to go back and fix it again." Yeah, and then they hyped up this book like a lot when they were saying that this book, emphasis on this, has been in the making for years now, and I was like, no, it wasn't. It really, really wasn't. Because, like, they're trying to hype this book up, like all this was planned, that Wally West was going to do this, even though Tom King publicly disputes this by saying that he had a plan, and editorial mandates came in and said, you gotta make Wally West in there, and Harley Quinn and Booster Gold. So really, Heroes in Crisis was essentially Dan DiDio's viewpoint of how the DC Universe should go. So yeah, the DC Universe is kind of in a bad state right now due to the events of Heroes in Crisis. In fact, the timeline's all muddled up, and they're probably going to use the excuse of, it's part of our big crisis event. That will totally fix all the problems we're doing. Like they got Doomsday Clock going on, which now looks like it's out of continuity, even though Jeff Johns and the reports come out that saying, "Oh, it is part of continuity, and it's not gonna go the way that Jeff Johns had planned for Rebirth to do." So basically, they just said, "Okay, let's waste his entire several years of his life trying to fix our continuity issues in our DC New 52 stuff." And basically tell him to go screw off and think he'll still stay with DC, with the movie stuff going on. Yeah. So this is what led to basically the story of Flash Forward, a 6-issue miniseries that's going to focus on Wally West and his redemption, hopefully. And if they're really going to do this, they had to do what Jeff Johns did. They had to bring back everyone he killed. Like with Hal Jordan, when he killed the Green Lantern Corps, they brought them all back. So they're going to have to do that in order to really, fix this whole mess. Which does mean there will be 2 Poison Ivies, and that would actually be kind of funny to see what would happen if Harley Quinn has to choose between green Poison Ivy and regular Poison Ivy. Though I'm pretty sure Harley Quinn wouldn't care. So, yeah, basically this is involving some deeper conspiracy going on regarding what happened. I'm not sure. That's what the rumored issue 2 was saying. But basically the title of the book says, if Wally West can't outrun his past, the future is doomed. Doomed! Yeah. So, yeah, basically we start off with this strange god-like creature, golden and blue, seeing darkness, eternal malevolence, all-encompassing darkness. Sorry, I'm sorry. I misread that. That was clearly Scott Lobdell saying Dan DiDio loves what he's creating in the DC Universe, which basically is the pitch meeting he does every single week, saying, we need to do all-encompassing darkness in the DC Universe again. I am Tempest. Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I am one of many. I have been sentient since before the first universe drew its first breath. So basically, you're Galactus. That's basically what you're saying. I have witnessed stars give birth to the trillions of people on millions of planets. Yeah, at least until the first crisis happened. Then Infinite Crisis restored it. And then Final Crisis almost broke it again. Yeah. Definitely not problematic. Let's see. So yeah, that's what he says here. This entity. And then he just goes ahead, like this, since before time and gravity and love and hope. Are you sure the Scott Lobdell's not just referencing Dan DiDio now? Because really he's saying stuff that really doesn't make sense here, because it does sound like this is Dan DiDio saying, I am the Beyonder and everything. Oh, and also, so remember how a lot of people were, and including me, were saying that Dr. Manhattan could easily have been the one that caused this? Yeah, that's not where they're going with. Yeah, I know that would make the most sense, and they could fix it with a retcon and Doomsday Clock, but, that would make sense, so we can't have that. We have gone to and basically goes ahead, let's see, what's his name? Yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. Had but a singular sacred task to ensure the integrity of space between all the worlds of the multiverse. Yeah, I have questions about your performance evaluations, though. You couldn't prevent the Anti-Monitor. You couldn't prevent Darkseid. You couldn't prevent Alexander Luthor and Superboy Prime from trying to kill everybody. Yeah. 1 minute in and you've already failed your mission. We have gone to war when we had to. Other times we repaired the damage with a single stitch. No. No. That's not how this works, dude. You're saying you fixed everything? No. You would lose to Dr. Manhattan. We all know that. Dr. Manhattan's limitless. But then, this is something we've never faced. Yes, it's called, Dan DiDio. He's clearly evil. Something never even ever dared imagine until today. For every good thought in existence of it, every act of kindness, a dark and twisted opposite exists. In those moments, a dark universe is created. The dark multiverse is forever destined for decay. Yeah, the New 52 went that route for a while. But how an anomaly be? Beyond recognition, reckoning prevents the timeless forces of entropy from destroying these abhorred alternate realities. Reboot the universe? That's usually the way they fix it. That's usually how DC Comics does handle things. Now, look at Dr. Manhattan. He rebooted the universe twice. So, yeah, with nowhere to fall, the dark multiverse is rising. Its vile toxicity and all-encompassing despair bleeding outward onto healthy worlds, eroding the barriers that separate dark and light. Pure concentrated evil erupting onto the 52 known universes. The 52 known universes. Yeah, I was a little bugged by this font and coloring. At least Dr. Manhattan made sense, but I didn't know who this character is. I have used to unsavory tasks in defense of the multiverse barrier, but containing a catastrophe such as this is unprecedented. Yeah, when you're not really the god of all things. It is against every commandment of the okay, what the hell is that? I keep wanting to say Fugenauts. That's what it sounds like. To reach out to another, but not the first rule I've ever broken. May all that ever was, or all that will be, have mercy on my soul. The multiverse needs a hero, even in the might, and if he might be the last person anyone would dare to expect. And we cut to a flashback featuring Sanctuary. So thank you for reminding us of this obvious problem. So yeah, we see Roy Harper basically complaining about milk, and Wally West is saying you're being dramatic, which leads to this question. This, how do I best explain this? This is a plot hole. I'm not kidding. Okay, I get Wally probably knew he was going to be there, but from what the Sanctuary was indicating, not everyone really went. Everyone kind of went anonymity on this because they're allowed to, and there was never a point in time. And this is why I'm going to question something. So, Wally West, because he's an idiot in the Heroes in Crisis, decide to leak out all the personal information of all the victims he killed, which leads to this question I have. If he was so believing that all this was artificially created to just help him because they were trying to make him the symbol of hope. Yeah, they were really going on the nose with the writing. I just have one major question. Couldn't Wally just ask Roy why he was there when he clearly saw him? Because this page shows that yes, Wally knew Roy was there, and therefore he could have just asked Roy and all this would have been prevented. And basically it goes with Roy heading out into the light. Symbolism! And then Wally West is reminiscing about everything that he's done. Basically saying this: my name is Wally West. I'm the loneliest man alive. I've only have myself to blame. I've been wearing the suppression collar, not as punishment for the safety of others. The collar slows my body, but does nothing to stop my brain from racing 100 miles an hour. Sleep isn't even a possibility. Dreams, I don't deserve them. Peace, forgiveness, redemption, after everything I've done, all that I deserve are the memories of the nightmares of this nightmare I made for myself. And certainly because Wally West is right now in prison, which leads to this question. So, Heroes in Crisis ended with Wally West being in a Justice League prison. So, yeah. Turns out they moved him from the safely secure Justice League prison to a real prison with criminals who, probably hate his guts. Because Wally West is the Flash and now it's public knowledge. And yeah, the security are complete assholes because they're calling him Flash in the Pan! Sure, grub time, hero. And basically, Wally West reminisces about everything that what happened and doesn't deserve to believe he is a hero anymore. And certainly, Wally West just now wants to die, which leads to this question of, if he wants to die, why couldn't he just... he would have followed through with his plan regardless of the interference of the team that stopped him. But then it turns out before this guy could try and get name recognition by saying, hey, I killed Wally West, a mummer at aka Dr. Michael Christian Amar decides to stop him, not out of this act of kindness, not out of this act of solidity and whatnot, like we gotta stick together, more like I get to make him miserable, don't I? Okay. So yeah, Wally West wants to die, and the criminal's like, no, I have a long-term game here. I want to make him be feeling punishment. I want him to suffer. Yeah, so, Dan DiDio's influence is spreading at a high pace. And then one of the wardens are calling out saying, there's a visitor, and it's revealed that Wally West has told the Titans and the Justice League, I don't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone about this. So Wally West surprisingly goes to see who this was, and it's possibly the worst idea he could do. He is met with Linda Park. Oh boy. Now, this is the page that really kind of irate me a little bit. Not because this is a bad page. It's more like they're trying to say, oh, the Rebirth Initiative still continues. But you can't say that because everything is pointing that it no longer matters. So really, yeah. So yeah, Wally is reminiscing as he talks to Linda, and Linda reveals, since she's a reporter, the rumor is that he's dropping his legal counsel. Why did they provide him one? He already admitted that he's guilty and everything, and there is video evidence, so the trial would have lasted at best a week. And that he's pleading guilty to all charges, and Wally tries to go ahead and tries to say that he died, good people were killed because of him, he lost control. And Linda tries to assure him that Wally, you've done so much good, people understand it was an accident. And yeah, and Wally just says that doesn't make Roy or any of the others less dead, does it? And Linda just tries to reassure him, you piece billions of data, release confessionals to the world, you try to make amends, you tried. And I was like, no, that's not trying to make amends, that's actually kind of sadistic when you like think about it for more than 4 seconds, which is clearly what Linda did, because what I said this already, Wally had violated all the people, the living and the dead of Heroes in Crisis, of all their dirty laundry, all their dark thoughts, all their destructive, mentally tortured souls out into the world, and freaked people out, which ideally could help with what happened with Doomsday Clock's current status. But now we don't know. But yeah. Oh man, I just wanted to be mad at this because it was like you're trying to reassure him that he tried to make amends. No, it really isn't trying to make amends. Knowing you, I don't know, release personal information out like you doxed people. Like, I don't know if Wally and Linda would ever get back together at this point because of everything that's happened. Like, she clearly still cares, but I don't know how it would work that they would be together after everything that's happened. Like, all the baggage that comes with being together, unless the universe rebooted or he resurrected everyone who died. Yeah, that was one of the things I was hearing. Like, one of the ideas of Heroes in Crisis was to have Wally West be framed and not really be the killer. Like, it was supposed to be another person disguised as the Flash or trick him to kill people. And they were going to do a mini-series, which is clearly this, where Linda and him would get back together, but now it's like we don't know if that's the case anymore. And then we go back to, we get an interlude where we see one of, I'm trying to remember, is it Ran or Thanagar? One of those two. One of the species there fighting and trying to get out. And then we discover the Mobius chair, which I honestly have not seen since Justice League Darkseid War. Because the last time... Yeah, like, apparently it was abandoned. They bring up that, yeah, it's been abandoned since Metron disappeared. Except he didn't abandon it. I believe he and Owlman were killed by Dr. Manhattan because apparently the secrets of the universe would have revealed his existence, and then that would have led to various disasters. So this Thanagar creature goes ahead. Thanagar, a soldier or someone. Yeah, he tries to sit down to activate the chair and subsequently gets killed by it. And then Wally West then reminisces more about how he basically was being a dumbass. And then once again, he is attacked by people who broke their collars because the legal system fucking sucks. Yeah, basically real life as well. And then they accidentally broke his collar, which means that they're dead now. And Wally West takes them down, and then another guy shows up. Then the giant god who clearly has failed at his job shows up, and basically, yeah. I am Tempest. And then Wally West quickly goes ahead and gives him a mattress. Do not worry about me. My body is reacting to the corruption of the multiverse. Why are you here? This isn't any place you want to be. Trust me. And then subsequently, the god decides to take him and the surrounding area and say, basically, you have an important mission and whatnot, that we need your help. And Wally tries to tell him, you come to the wrong guy. I'm not the guy you think I am. I'm not a hero. I'm not interested in this. Even if I had the skill set to travel between universes, and I don't. Yeah, that's a lie. Wally West is indeed, after the Flash 4 event, the fastest man alive. He surpassed Barry Allen. So he could theoretically change his vibrational frequency, internal frequency. Yeah, it's complicated. With his speed, he could do it. Yeah, so he's saying that he picked the wrong guy. And then the god being says, human, you have only glimpsed the power you wield since you've become unmoored. Yeah, I don't. What? Is that supposed to be a reference to Alan Moore? Like, that's what I was thinking when I first read this. And then, sure enough, the god entity basically shoots Wally West, and he's restored back into his rebirth outfit, and he never wanted to see him again. And then Tempest decides to leave him without answering any of his questions, and yeah, subsequently he proceeds to vanish, and then stops to another universe where basically the President Superman of Barack Obama, basically, of another universe that was shown in Final Crisis is appearing, all bloodied and beaten up, and he tells him to stay back, saying, I am President Superman! I must not fall. And then the issue ends with it being said, next issue, Hell to the Chief. And subsequently in this comic we get advertisements for the Doomsday Clock event. Yeah, like that even matters anymore. Like, they haven't even tied in Wally West as much as everyone thought it would. So, yeah, we're left with this story here, and like I said this, they could have easily fixed this. This miniseries didn't need to actually happen. They could have just said, Dr. Manhattan did it. The end. But no, we have to go for the more bizarrely complex and say that, oh, Wally West someone made him lose control of his powers, but it wasn't the obvious clue that we could have done, because that would have made too much sense and connected the Doomsday Clock event to tying everything together. No, that wouldn't work. So, yeah. So reading this was an okay start. It was an okay start. I'm hoping things do work out and Wally West is able to redeem himself and hopefully bring back the people he's killed, except for Poison Ivy, because she's already been reborn as a plant creature. Yeah, I'll probably talk about that later down the road. So, yeah. Yeah, this was an okay issue for me. I certainly enjoyed it, but, yeah. Also, I had gotten a big haul of comics, individual issues. I even got the Harleen, Black Label. I'll talk about that in the next video, hopefully. And I got the first 2 issues of Superman and Batman, or Batman and Superman. and along with the including two cases filled with individual issue comics. So get ready for some heavy issue feeling stuff later down the road. So yeah. Those were my thoughts on Wally West Flash Forward issue 1. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate for more. And I really hope this works out.